all began decades ago. In a remote corner of Faridabad, with just a reservoir and a handful of talented, passionate artists, the vision was to create a platform to showcase the best artists of the country to art enthusiasts from around the globe. I've gone from hosting only a handful of artists to becoming the largest arts and crafts festival in the world, and now attract over 1 million people from around the world every year. I have grown internationally, now attracting artists from countries with a different partner nation every year. I also serve as a platform for captivating music and dance performances, and even fashion shows.
It started off with wonderful ideals where it said that this should be the best crafts in the country in a Mela where we bring the whole world to see the best.
Only when you walk through my gates for the first time are you able to comprehend the true scale of the event. You are greeted with a sensory overload of sights, sounds and fragrances. An enormous crowd flows through the street. Live performances dot the landscape, and artists' stalls stretch as far as the eye can see. All in all, I am truly believed to be the foreground of Indian culture, art and heritage. But while most people focus on my exponential growth and success with just a little scrutiny, it isn't difficult to see that I'm straying away from my true purpose.
બહુ ઘણું આવ્યું છે. જ્યારે અમે 92માં જ્યારે આવતા હતા ત્યારે લાઇટ નહોતી ને એટલી પબ્લિક નહોતી. આ 2-3 લાઈન હતી. આજે તો બહુ મોટું થઈ ગયું છે. એટલે પહેલે 3-4 મહિના પહેલે અમારે વિવર સર્વિસ સેન્ટર અમદાવાદ છે ત્યાં અમે એપ્લિકેશન દેવું પડે, પણ હવે એપ્લિકેશન દેવું પડે એ લોકો સિલેક્ટ કરે છે.
As I have grown over the years, I have introduced a number of elements for the entertainment of my visitors. These include an enormous food court, a plethora of cultural performances, rides, and even humorous selfie points made to look like iconic locations from all over the country. These have been effective in driving up the number of visitors, but they also steal attention away from the artists that form the very foundation of the Mela. Following in the footsteps of the outside world, I have also become a victim of widespread commercialization. There has been a drastic rise in the number of traders who have replaced artists at the stalls. These traders do not understand and appreciate the art form or the culture they pretend to represent.
70% of them are not craftspeople at all. They are traders. Many of the traders pose as craftspeople. They have ways of getting artisan cards which recognize them as craftspeople. When they are not, call the traders to a trade fair, but don't call them to a crafts mela where the basic intention was to empower the genuine craftsperson. Then, unless the government itself is honest to its ideals and honest in its integrity of administrative systems, then only will you be sure that there will be genuine craftspeople there. Then educating the customer is not such a difficult task because you're saying quite honestly and truly that these are all genuine crafts. And I tell craftspeople, craftspeople themselves, handloom weavers for instance, it takes 6 people and 3 days to make one nice handloom sari. So it will cost much more. But if you have a power loom, you can make 12 saris in a day. Pretty much the same thing.
The focus has slowly shifted from uplifting genuine artists to increasing footfall and overall size. Entertaining the masses became the new goal, not encouraging culture. Everything was tailored to the benefit of third parties such as sponsors who financially supported the organizers to make the Mela bigger every year.
It became something that was attractive to them because it was just dry land and they wanted to develop it for the hotel and for tourism and for so many other things. Lots of hotels have come up there now. So the more they wanted to develop the land, it justified expanding the Mela itself. So slowly over the years, from less than 300 people, today it's absolutely horrifying. There are over 1200 people there.
As I became more mass market, the demographic of the people that visited me changed. From art enthusiasts who actually valued art to people who just visit to look around, watch performances, eat and leave. I became an entertainment event rather than an authentic platform for art to shine.
क्राउड बढ़ा या
नहीं क्राउड बढ़ता ही रहता है, क्राउड तो ज़्यादा बढ़ेगा ही।
अच्छा, और आपके सेल्स भी बढ़े हुए हैं?
बड़े हुए हैं, सही सही।
The tastes and preferences of the new average consumer are different. People want trendier, cheaper designs and products rather than traditional, intricate ones.
People not understand about this, the quality. You understand? This quality not from the Indian. Indian have prices أرزان شوية cheap. Not like this. This price is 3,000 or this is 300. This is very like it Indian people, but the Indian price is not
Cheaper than
cheap. Or not you understand good quality like this, like this, like this. This is my bike is very good, and this is export from the USA. But these people economy is not good because we sell very cheap product.
I've come a long way in these few years. But sometimes I question if this is the path I should have taken. The core of what fuels me is the genuine, hardworking, and talented artists. But am I doing justice to their art? Or have I just become nothing more than a trade show? I have gradually strayed away from my founding principles of uplifting these artists. And the only way to uplift them is to educate my audience. Teach them the value of art. Every year I come back with the hope that things will change. True art will return. But all is in vain. I'm afraid that if things don't change, it'll be the slow death of the rich artistry, culture, and heritage of the country that I represent. Take this as my cry for help. I am the Suraj Kund Mela.